Hey there everybody, and welcome to the first edition of Bird Sun's weekly games roundup, the show that has me, your host, Tyler, sifting through all of the news stories from the past week in games and presenting it all to you in one easily digestible package. First up, we have a couple hard-hitting news stories, beginning with Sony having just announced that Andrew House will be stepping down from his role as President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, effective immediately. His replacement is John Codera, who has been in charge of Sony's network service business since about 2013. Andrew House will remain on as chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment through the end of the year in order to make sure that the transition is a smooth one. House has been with Sony since 1990, where he began in corporate communications before transitioning into marketing and communications, where he helped launch the original PlayStation. He's been a staple of Sony's press conferences and public face for years, and his shoes will be difficult to fill. Here's hoping that Codera is up to the task. Following that up is a story from Ubisoft, who has just announced a share buyback program that would lead to $4 million worth of their shares being purchased by investment sources for them. This is an attempt to deter Vivendi's recent attempt to purchase Ubisoft stocks in hopes of eventually taking over the French company. French law states that a public offer must be made if voting rights reach 30%. The Guillemot family has been feverishly fighting off the takeover for some time now, and this buyback program is just one more step in their attempts to keep the company away from Vivendi. Shifting away from the bit heavier topics, joining The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia and The Legend of Zelda Arts and Artifact, Dark Horse has announced the final book in their Legend of Zelda Compendium trilogy with The Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. The 320-page hardcover will cover up to Twilight Princess HD and will have sections on everything from maps and enemies to concept art and languages, as well as an interview with Zelda producer Eiji Aonuma. The Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia is scheduled to come out April 24th, 2018. Sticking with Dark Horse, the once Japan exclusive Final Fantasy Ultimanias are finally making their way westward, courtesy of Dark Horse and Square Enix. Packed with plenty of art and information, these guys of the Final Fantasy series have long been the source of envy for non-Japanese speaking Final Fantasy fans. The hardcovers will be released in 3 separate volumes, with the first covering the first 6 games in the series, planned for release on July 5th, 2018. Now back to games proper, Nintendo has released a new trailer for the upcoming Super Mario Odyssey. The trailer acts as a general overview of the game, discussing power moons, capture ability, and more. The trailer also showcases some of the mini-games that players will be able to enjoy, such as jump rope and RC car races. Players will be able to post their high scores to leaderboards to see how they rank compared to one another. Lastly, the trailer showed off some of the other modes of play, including a 2-player mode in which one player plays as Cappy, and an assist mode in which players will have arrows that point them to the next destination and are immediately saved from falls. Super Mario Odyssey is coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch on October 27th. Sticking with Nintendo for a second, the Pokémon Company has released a new trailer for Pokémon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The trailer shows off some of the new features of the game, including a minigame in which you ride either Solgaleo or Lunala through Ultra wormholes, new areas such as Ultra Megalopolis, a city whose light has been stolen by Necrozma, new characters in the form of the Ultra Recon Squad, and even a new Ultra Beast in the form of the adorable Ubi Adhesive, as well as showing off some more footage of the previously revealed Ubi Burst and Ubi Assembly. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon released exclusively for the Nintendo 3DS November 17th. Not wanting to leave all the fun to Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, Double Fine has released their first playable footage of Psychonauts 2. In the footage, viewers get a chance to see how the game is shaping up graphically, as well as getting a taste of what the game will offer in terms of music and exploration. The game is still early on, being labeled as pre-alpha in the video. In addition to some gameplay footage, the video also provides some behind-the-scenes information on how certain aspects, such as the music, came to be, all while still communicating Double Fine and Tim Schafer's patent brand of humor. Psychonauts 2 is scheduled to release sometime in 2018 for PS4, Xbox One, PC, Mac, and Linux. Going back to Nintendo, because we just can't get enough of them here, to celebrate the release of the SNES Classic, Nintendo has been releasing interviews with some of the key creators behind the games that grace Nintendo's bite-sized bundle of fun. And the most recent was with some of the staff behind the original F-Zero. The interview is full of interesting tidbits and insight, including the fact that Captain Falcon was originally designed as the mascot of the Super Nintendo itself, as well as how the technical limitations of the SNES led to the game being set in the future on floating tracks. The interview itself is filled with lots of interesting facts, and I highly recommend checking it out. Little Orbit, the team that took over development duties on the kickstarted Final Fantasy Tactics spiritual successor Unsung story, Tale of the Guardians, has announced that the game will now be coming out for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. In addition to the added platform, some of the stretch goals from the original Kickstarter have been cancelled, such as some exclusive stages and the Kindle version, due to the cost compared to how many backers actually requested such rewards. Unsung Story, Tale of the Guardians currently has no release date. Stepping into a couple re-releases, Nioh Complete Edition, originally only confirmed for Japanese PlayStation 4s, has been announced for a Western PC release. The game collects Nioh and its 3 DLC expansions, Dragon of the North, Defiant Honor, and Bloodshed's End, into one convenient package. Nioh Complete Edition will be on Steam November 7th. Capcom has announced Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, marking the release of the long-awaited arcade mode. The re-release will also come with several other additions, including Extra Battle Mode, new V-Triggers, and the Season 1 and 2 characters, which include the likes of Balrog, Guile, and Akuma. If you already own Street Fighter V, then a free update will give you everything in the Arcade Edition except the DLC characters. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition releases for PS4 and PC on January 16th, 2018. That's it for all the newsier news, but I want to end this on something a little bit more fun. So, getting into the spooky spirit, Splatoon 2's next Splatfest will pit fans of werewolves and vampires against one another in a monster-sized face-off of splattastic proportions. The Splatfest begins October 13th at 9 p.m. Pacific Time. Which will you side with? Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, why not give us a like? And if you want to keep up with everything Bird Sons, consider subscribing. This new show is definitely still a work in progress, so please leave any and all feedback in the comments below. Also in the description, there will be links to every single article that I covered here, so in case you want a little bit more information or to see the original sources. That's it for this week's edition of Bird Sons Weekly Games Roundup. I'm Tyler. See you later, everybody. My hands, they're so bad. They're just doing things. So brag. Super Mario Odyssey is coming exclusively to this to the Nintendo Switch. Some development of the game. So many developments, Bryn.
It's many developments.
Oh. You guys like these prints? They're all so pretty. One day I will be able to tell you who did them all, and I can be like, go check out their Tumblrs or something. My favorite is somewhere around. I like that one. Yours good. I don't think you can actually see that though. So I'm just pointing off in space. I could be pointing at an empty wall for all you know. Good times. Defiant Honor. The re-release will also come with some monster-sized face-off of statistics proportions. I did it!